right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Moviegoers left traumatized and terrorized.
We believe that the gun talk is the new sex talk.
The message from gun safety experts after a gel bead blaster goes off inside a Creve Coeur theater, pressing politicians after another deadly mass shooting downtown.
We are hard at work making sure that we deploy the necessary tools to keep St. Louisans safe every day.
Tonight, what's being done at City Hall to spark change?
Dangerous heat builds into St. Louis Tuesday afternoon. Plus, I'm tracking the potential of severe storms, when and where the storms are most likely.
And we begin at 10 with a live look at downtown St. Louis. Dangerous heat is in store for us tomorrow. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Brent Solomon. Mike Bush and Kelly Jackson have the evening off. Well, tomorrow we're on pace for the hottest day of the season. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell because, Scott, we're looking at what, a heat advisory here.
Heat advisory goes into effect around St. Louis tomorrow, and lunchtime continues throughout the afternoon hours. And basically, we have two weather concerns here over the next 36 hours. The first being heat. It's hot out there right now, still this evening. And tomorrow, even hotter than it was this afternoon. The heat index should top out between 103 and 110 degrees. And then the storm chance. That's for late tomorrow night and into the overnight hours. Some of those storms could have a bit of a punch, especially north of St. Louis. We're still close to 90 in the metro area right now, and the humidity has increased a bit. So these are your actual heat index values, feeling like 93 still in Chesterfield. That's an outlying area. 98 is what it feels like right now in Jefferson City. The humidity levels increased a bit west of St. Louis. We're spreading that towards the metro area along with the core of the heat dome, which should place us close to 100 for the high and bring those heat index values from 103 to 110 degrees during the afternoon hours tomorrow. So what are we going to do? We're going to limit our time outside and our exercise in the afternoon. Make sure we're drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated, wear that light colored clothing, stay in and use the air conditioning if you can. Let's not leave the kids in the cars. Little trick there. Throw your left shoe. If you're placing your kid in the back seat, your child in the back seat, put your left shoe with your child. You won't forget that when you get out of the car, and don't forget your pets. We'll talk about that storm chance for tomorrow evening in a bit, Brent.
Certainly a good reminder there. Thank you, Scott. You can get the Weather First forecast right to your phone any time of the day. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355. New tonight, an important message for parents if your children play with toy guns. A local firearms expert is urging you to talk with them about guidelines to keep them and others safe. It follows scary moments at the AMC Theater in Creve Coeur, where a kid pulled out a pellet gun during the hottest film of the summer. Take a look at this message posted in a neighborhood social media group. Took my pregnant wife and kids to see Inside Out 2. Towards the end of the movie, a teenage kid with a ski mask stands up and flashes a colorful-looking assault rifle and starts firing at the crowd. Inside Out is a popular movie about anxiety and emotions in children. Moviegoers say it wasn't clear the teen had a toy gun until he started shooting it. Police later recovered this toy gun before arresting the teenager.
You will get a stinging sensation, especially if you're not prepared for it.
Experts at Prime Protection STL teach children the do's and don'ts of all guns, real and fake.
Take aim.
They admit these guns that dispense water beads,
and it's like a little jelly substance,
are growing in popularity, which is why instructor Armand Reed-Wynn says set some ground rules.
We believe that the gun talk is the new sex talk.
And have the tough talks.
We only play with this in the basement or in the backyard. And you are not allowed to take this outside of the house because somebody could see it as a threat.
And also, he says, require children wear eyeglasses.
Eyes, especially if you are doing force-on-force play, where you got two kids with one of these, you want to make sure nobody gets their eye put out. Your eyes, your mouth, your throat, your nose, your ears, all of those things can be hurt by what we think are soft pellets.
Lastly,
is buy them as bright as possible if you're going to use this. Don't buy ones that look like real guns.
today, police released the suspect. Investigators are asking if you were in the theater or someone you know were. Share that experience with them. Police are also reviewing security footage at this hour. Tonight, local leaders are sounding off about safety downtown. This after a fight turned into a deadly shooting at Market Street and 10th over the weekend, just blocks away from Busch Stadium. Police arrested a woman after they say she assaulted an officer. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski is live downtown for us. And Laura, lots of folks are concerned about safety downtown. You spent the day asking city leaders what we need to do about it.
Well, Brent, our city leaders are calling for more action at the state level and also right here at the local level. They say they want more action because this is a larger regional issue.
This is heartbreaking on so many levels.
Around 2:30 in the morning on Sunday, St. Louis police say a fight broke out between several women near City Garden at 10th and Market Streets. At some point, several men started shooting, killing one man in his mid-20s and injuring 5 others.
The victims and some of the suspects, a few of them were from the city, but they also came from St. Louis County and St. Charles County. So people are bringing guns into our city and wreaking havoc in our downtown.
St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore says his office is ready to prosecute the suspects as soon as possible.
And we're prepared to do that in this case once the investigation is complete and an application for charges is made.
Mayor Tashara Jones says the metro area has already committed to reducing homicides by 20% over the next 3 years in the Save Lives Now initiative, but it's not enough.
The blood is on the state's hands. They need to make a change in state law to allow us to either make our own laws, or they need to consider the safety of all Missourians.
This happened in Alderwoman Kara Spencer's ward. She says a law that recently went into effect prohibiting people from openly carrying or displaying guns unless they have a concealed carry permit is part of the solution, but cracking down on unauthorized gatherings at parks could be another tool.
Our police department, it's my understanding, did clear the area about 2 hours prior to this, and keeping those areas clear of unsanctioned, unorganized gatherings is important to the public safety of all of us.
Gore says while this is tragic, it doesn't show the whole picture.
I don't think that something happening at 2:30 a.m. among a group of people who have chose to congregate illegally in a city park at that hour is indicative of, public safety in downtown.
Police are asking anyone with additional information to call Crime Stoppers at 1-866-371-TIPS. Reporting live downtown, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
All right, Laura, great work there. Tomorrow, St. Louis leaders want your feedback as they focus on making roads safer, especially at some of the most dangerous intersections. Some of the safety improvements they're looking at include resurfacing pavement and reducing lanes. Tomorrow's meeting will focus on Grand Boulevard. It's the first of 2 public meetings at the Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club on Grand. That's from 4 until 8 p.m. The second session is Thursday at St. Mary's High School at the same time. Well, tonight a warning for dog owners in St. Charles County. A popular dog park is now closed indefinitely. Crews discovered blue algae at the dog park in Brummelstick Park near Defiance. The CDC says pets exposed to blue-green algae may actually have some stomach pain and start vomiting or experience muscle weakness. New tonight, 2 federal judges in Missouri and Kansas have blocked parts of a student loan repayment plan. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey filed the lawsuit earlier this month, targeting President Biden's SAVE plan. With today's ruling, it's not clear if student loan borrowers will start to see lower monthly payments, which were set to begin next month. Candidates running for Missouri Attorney General squared off in a heated debate tonight, but there was a major no-show. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, is here to break it all down. He has the highlights for us now. Mark.
Hey, Brent, we're just 6 weeks away from the biggest election of Andrew Bailey's life, the first election of his life, and he ditched this high-profile event, just didn't show up. But the debate went off just fine without him, with Republican Will Scharf and Democrat Elad Gross squaring off over more than a dozen of the hottest topics in today's politics.
Today is the 2-year anniversary of the Dobbs decision.
Democrat Elad Gross described Republican abortion bans as government infringing on personal liberty.
I don't think that we should be using state force for somebody who doesn't want to have a pregnancy.
I don't believe in prosecuting women for having an abortion. I don't think the law provides for that.
Republican Will Scharf said he'd sue Planned Parenthood and supports restrictions on mifepristone, the common abortion pill used during the first 11 weeks of a pregnancy.
And that's a dangerous drug. I think the overall litigation is sorely needed, and I think the FDA approval process needs to be looked at.
Scharf slammed incumbent Andrew Bailey for prioritizing his personal image over the cases on his desk.
That's not a way to run a legal office. We need to be winning in court, not winning TV appearances. What we have seen from this Attorney General's office from the start is a highly focused press operation and an absolutely abjectly failing legal operation.
Both candidates highlighted a mass exodus in top talent fleeing Bailey's office after he was appointed.
When I worked there, we had 200 attorneys working for you. It's less than half of that now.
And what did voters think of Bailey's no-show?
I was disappointed that Mr. Bailey didn't show up because I think when you're running for political office, you need to face the voters and take their questions and answer their questions.
If you're going to run for office, you have to talk to voters. You have to be willing to answer the question. You have to be willing to shed daylight on where you stand. And I respect that Mr. Scharf showed up and was willing to engage.
A recent Remington poll found Will Scharf within striking distance of Andrew Bailey, down 4 points, with 50% of Republican primary voters still undecided. And we're going to have that entire debate on KSDK.com and our YouTube page, where you can find it, up tomorrow.
Staying cool comes at a cost. Ahead, the 5 things you can do to help lower your energy bill this summer.
The AC definitely getting a workout this week. The hottest day of the season so far still on schedule for Tuesday, when the heat and humidity break and the opportunity for storms that comes with that change.
Fighting off a crippling cyber attack.
This has shuttered the dealerships.
How it's impacting dealerships across the St. Louis area. Well, tonight you may have to pump the brakes if you're trying to buy or service a car. Cyber attacks are slowing down business for thousands of car dealers across the country and even here in St. Louis. CDK Global shut down its software last week when hackers hit. Now 15,000 dealerships are forced to go back to pen and paper, and that's causing delays for customers.
And I think everybody wants to know is, was their data compromised? Now, on the surface level, it doesn't appear that that's what this ransom was about. It was really just about getting quick money from people.
5 on your side, learn local Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep dealerships seem to be impacted the most by that cyber attack. Automotive experts say it may be a good idea to reach out to a dealer directly to see if they are impacted. Tonight, thousands of people across St. Louis remain in a boil advisory. It comes as we brace for another hot and humid day tomorrow. Here's a look at the affected area. About 10,000 people are without water in Fenton between Interstate 44 and 270. Right now, Missouri American water crews are fixing the main break from earlier this morning. That advisory is expected to be over come Wednesday morning. We'll add keeping cool this summer to the list of things costing a bit more. According to new energy projections, you can expect to pay more than $700 more to cool your home. Consumer Reports shares some simple tips you can do right now to save money this summer.
As extreme heat rises from coast to coast and lasts longer into September, so will the price of keeping your home cool.
You're going to use more energy and spend more money to keep the same amount of space just as cool.
Consumer Reports has some tips. First, turn up your AC. This might cause a heated argument in your home, but you can save as much as 10% a year on heating and cooling by simply adjusting your thermostat 7 to 10 degrees for 8 hours a day. The question is, will you be comfortable?
If you do convince your family to turn up the AC, using a ceiling fan or box fan can make up the difference. Running one will actually make the room feel as much as 4 or even 5 degrees cooler.
Add some technology to your home in the form of a smart or programmable thermostat. They make it easy to set a money-saving, energy-conserving schedule.
Using a programmable thermostat is really the most effective way to save money, and it'll even help you save money on heating bills in the winter.
Some thermostats, like this Google Nest, will learn your day-to-day cooling preferences and adjust accordingly. Next, repair any leaky AC ductwork for central air and fill in holes and cracks around your windows and doors. Insulate around your window air conditioners to keep warm air from entering and cool air from escaping. Also, close your curtains and blinds during the day to keep the sun from heating your home. But never sacrifice safety for savings. Heat-related deaths and illnesses happen quickly and far too often. At the very least, consider a window air conditioner where you sleep. This small-capacity Frigidaire cools up to 250 square feet and earned an excellent rating in CR's brownout tests, designed to mimic conditions you might find in extreme heat when the power grid is overloaded. Mike Bush, 5 on your side.
And unfortunately, these hot temperatures aren't going anywhere in the next 24 hours, but Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is here, and Scott, you're actually tracking somewhat heavy rain.
We have the potential for some heavy rain and some stronger storms as we head into tomorrow night. Certainly not this evening. That's your sunset out at Lambert, and occasionally we see Wally the Wasp there buzzing around the camera. That's been the case. Looking for some cooler air too. Listen, the next couple of days, it's hot. Again, tomorrow we're around 100, give or take a little bit. The only thing that keeps us from getting there tomorrow will be cloud cover. And that may roll in from the north during the morning hours. We'll have to wait and see. The chances for storms really isolated tomorrow afternoon, then tomorrow night into early on Wednesday, our best opportunity for some showers and thunderstorms. We'll get a little break from the heat and humidity, then it builds back as we head towards Friday and Saturday. Your forecast heat index here as we head into tomorrow afternoon in that 105 to maybe 110 degree range. Again, much of this will depend on just how much cloud cover we have and what the actual temperatures can get up to tomorrow. We'll still stick with that 100 degree reading, and we do think that areas north of St. Louis, you're probably not going to meet that criteria for the heat advisory, but we get into it in the metro area. And tonight, that window air conditioner that may cool just one room comes in handy because we're still well in the 80s right now, and in town, we probably don't drop below 80 degrees tonight. Feels worse too. Still have that heat index for some of us that's above 90 degrees as the dew points have come up. 71 is our dew point right now. It feels like it's 95 at Lambert, and the winds have settled down some. Still 89 degrees after our high today of 97. So overnight 70s to around 80 degrees. That's not cooling off much at all. All the storms are well to our north and west. We'll have to see what develops through the overnight hours into early tomorrow and how much cloud cover filters our way. Most of the day tomorrow looks like it's on the dry side, but as we head towards tomorrow evening, during the afternoon, there could be some spot showers and thunderstorms, but during the evening and overnight hours, we'll be watching for a more organized area of showers and thunderstorms to try to push in from the north and west. And that's the one or the area where we could have some stronger thunderstorms. They tend to fade as we head into Wednesday morning. So our severe weather threat really concentrated there north of St. Louis as we head into tomorrow afternoon and especially for the overnight hours tomorrow night. But the heat, it's no joke. I mean, that heat index this afternoon was just above 100 in St. Louis, and it's starting to grow old on us now, as even though we're becoming a little more acclimated to the heat, you know, tomorrow 103 to 110 perhaps in some spots in the afternoon. That's what it'll feel like. Got to stay hydrated.
Yeah, you do.
Try to spend some time in that AC.
I don't think you got to tell me more than once. Thank you, Scott. All right, we've got Frank standing by now with sports.
Well, all we have is a Game 7 in hockey, a deciding game in the College World Series, and the red-hot Cardinals trying to beat the Braves. So if you don't want to watch, don't. But we'll be right back.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
So despite having the best record in the National League since Mother's Day, there are a lot of skeptics about the Cardinals saying, great, you can beat the Rockies, Cubs, Pirates, and Giants. Beat a good team. The Braves came to town tonight for the start of a 3-game series, and the Cardinals beat a good team. And it started early. Michael Ciani, the Italian stallion, playing center field like Jim Edmonds. Look at that play in the first inning. Lance Lynn had struggled in his last 5 starts. Not tonight. That's 94 miles an hour. Lynn went 6 2/3 innings tonight. Struck out 5, allowed 4 hits and 1 run and no walks. The Cardinal offense clicked in the third. Their hottest hitter, Alec Burleson, doubles to left. It scores Ciani for the first run. Welcome back, Wilson Contreras. He singles and Burleson scores 2-0 Cardinals. Now, we had some real drama in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cardinals up 1, 2 men on, 2 outs. Ryan Helsley will get the save, his 27th consecutive save. Cardinals win a thriller 4-3.
Throughout a season, you're going to go through times when you throw the ball well and you just kind of have some bad luck and it doesn't go your way. But I've been fine-tuning. Dusty and the pitching coaches and I've been working on some stuff. And tonight, everything finally clicked.
The two most asked questions in St. Louis: is Mike Bush a member of the Bush family? No. And where did you go to high school? Tonight, we had two St. Louis high school products trying to win championships. Tony Vitello de Smet coaches Tennessee baseball, and Matthew Tkachuk, Chaminade, stars for the Florida Panthers. Roberto Luongo trying to fire up the Florida fans against the Oilers. It worked. 4.5 minutes in, Evan Rodriguez throws it on net. Connor Verhage deflects it, 1-0 Panthers. Second period, 1-1 game. Sam Reinhart will let it fly right here, and the Panthers take a 2-1 lead. For the first time in their 30-year history, the Florida Panthers are the Stanley Cup champions, 2-1 the final. Keith Tkachuk in tears up in the stands. Brady Tkachuk ecstatic, and Matthew Tkachuk is a Stanley Cup champion.
There were two moments today that really hit me. One was leaving my house with everybody there, getting walked up by my dad and brother. And I can't even describe how special that feeling was to me. And all I wanted to do was win it, not only for everybody out here, but I really wanted to win it for those two especially.
Tony Vitello and Tennessee trying to become the first #1 seed to win the College World Series in 25 years. First inning against Texas A&M, and Christian Moore with 33 homers, make it 34. 1-0 Vols. Peyton Manning and Rick Barnes were up in the stands, and they were loving it. In the 7th, Dylan Dreiling does it again, his 3rd homer in 3 games at the College World Series. Tennessee takes a 5-1 lead. And Tony Vitello and Tennessee win their first ever College World Series. The final 6-5. Another St. Louisan wins a national title, and here's the best moment. Tony and his father Greg, a longtime coach at De Smet, embracing after the game.
I felt like I was the dad and he was the kid because he wouldn't stop crying. And I had to rub some dirt on him. He's way too tough on me when I was younger.
It's awesome. Hey, J.J. Redick was introduced today as the 29th coach in Los Angeles Laker history. He's giving up his cushy job at ESPN and his popular podcast to try his hand at leading LeBron James and Anthony Davis. He was asked if he's trying to dispel the notion you don't need coaching experience.
I don't really have a great answer for your question because I really don't give a like, honestly. I want to coach the Lakers. I want to coach the team. I don't want to dispel anything. I don't. I want to become a great coach in the NBA, and I want to win championships, and I want my players to maximize their careers. That's all I care about.
Okay. It may be June, but it's always basketball season in Oakville. Check the left side of your screen up on the 2nd level of the gym, and it's difficult to achieve a double swish. 7-year-old Benton Barco and Dash Heck from way downtown. Looks like a pair of future Rockets, class of 2035. That is amazing. What a great night for St. Louis sports.
Yeah, I would say that, man. Very good stuff. And you gotta love how the attention it brings to our city.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, my friend. Still ahead, reshaping online purchases, the savvy shopping tools so you can save big this summer. Well, you'll soon see another Rosalita restaurant, this one at the former Shop and Save in O'Fallon, Missouri. According to our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal, construction will start next month along Mexico Loop Road. The Tex-Mex restaurant has not said when it will open. Tonight, Google is making it easier for you to save big. The search engine is updating its shopping tools by comparing the same products on different websites. It's meant to help you find the best deals. You'll also be able to see the discounted price with memberships to stores like Amazon, Sam's Club, and Costco. And get ready for a familiar face at the Muni this week. Mayor Tashara Jones making a special appearance in Dreamgirls. She will walk on stage in the 2nd act on June 29th through July 1st. A Muni spokesperson says Mayor Jones' very first job was an usher at the Outdoor Theater. She told them performing there is a dream come true. It may be a hot day, though, when you go see her perform, right,
Yeah,
Scott?
we have more hot weather ahead, definitely for tomorrow night. And then as we head into the upcoming weekend, our chances for rain pretty much limited to scattered showers and thunderstorms or isolated showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. And then overnight tomorrow night, a better chance. But we'll be close to 100 for the high tomorrow. It will feel like 103 to 110. So that's why we have the heat advisory in effect for St. Louis tomorrow. A little break in the heat for Wednesday and Thursday. One thing for sure, that Rocky Mountain ice cream cone at the Muni is going to melt quickly. You have to be fast.
Yeah, I can even envision some snow cones to keep it cool. That's all of our time, my friends. Thanks for joining us. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon is next.